here? Is it more? Is there more
I don't know, David. I mean, I guess the PDT rule. Right? But I mean, it's not like there's not that many. I mean, no stop orders pre-market. That doesn't bother me. I mean, the PDT rule is the biggest obstacle. Oh, well, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I am. I will have another small account challenge episode soon. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Okay, so it's about 8:11. So TVGN still up as the leading gapper this morning. That was a retest of VWAP, and it kind of dipped below it, but got back above it. So that's because of ADFN orders. On our charts, we filter out those ADFN orders because they're stale prints. So that's something that we do on these charts here. But currently, the simulator is using its own charts, which are provided by Sterling, not by us. No, not an agency. I have developers who work for me. Yeah, she does run IT. Holo, HOLO. Let me take a look. Yeah. A little continuation from after hours yesterday. Hidden seller. If I see lots of orders in green, but the price isn't moving, I interpret that as a hidden seller. So the monitors I'm using are Asus 24-inch monitors. And I mean, some of these are maybe 5, 6 years old. I mean, I've been using these for a long time. So I would say they're pretty reliable. They may not be the fanciest monitors out there. They're not, but to me, they're reliable. And so I like them for that. So Asus 24-inch monitors, you could find those on Amazon. They're not too expensive. I mean, they have a bunch of different monitors. As I'm just looking at their website, trying to see if I can find the ones that's exactly the same as what I have. But you know, these ones, if they're 5, 6 years old, are older. Um, I think any of these would probably be fine. So anyways, I have Asus 24-inch monitors, and then you know, I have a couple different laptops. I have found that um, Lenovo laptops have been good for me. So I've used Lenovo, I think it's Legion gaming laptops. Let's see. Um, so, you know, desktop computers are fine if that's what you like, but I think Lenovo's are good. I think they're pretty reliable. Falcon Trading Systems, I have several of their laptops, and I'm gonna have them build a desktop for me as well, so I can use it for like video processing and stuff. So, you know, I think those are good. They're a little more expensive. You got to custom order it. So the F15 laptop, which is the one that I'm using, is 2,500 bucks right there. I have an F30 as well, but the fan is very loud on it, so I find it a little obnoxious. But generally, I would say that um, any gaming computer is going to be adequate. The reason I got my first Lenovo was because whenever I went to the doctor's office, I saw they had Lenovo computers in the office. And I was like, you know, if they have Lenovo's here, must be for a reason. So, TVGN here, I'm looking for the breakthrough 508 as it starts to curl up. So I've got a starter here at 508. I'm looking for 515 and 520. So the pivot here is 515. So I'm going to put my new order at 515 on TVGN. Orders jumping around a little bit here. So new order 515. So added there at 511. Looking for this to curl away. Break through 515 and squeeze up to 525. Added at 515. Now looking for 525, 530. My back of mind target is a retest of 550, the half dollar. But doesn't want to do it. So another small loss on that for me. Keeping the losses tight. I still like the pattern, like it has this curling pattern, but it's just heavy on the offer. Yes, it'll fill at the last price. So basically if I place an order right now to buy at 533 and I press the buy button, it'll fill at the current price, but it won't fill any higher than 533. So it's a limit of the most I'm willing to pay. So let's watch the bottom of the hour here and see if anything else starts to pop up. The 5 minute on TVGN still hanging out here at 510. So I'll hit the buy button with that offset. That way I can get filled. Because if I press the buy button right now and I have an order at 508 and I want to buy 10,000 shares, I probably won't fill all of them because it's, the price is a little too, there's not enough shares for sale at that price. So that means in order to get in, I got to use a little bit of an offset. So I got to be allowing a little bit of slippage. Nice dip there on TVGN. So it dips down to 5, bounces right back up. Yeah, KB, send us an email and we can add charts for you. Um, we'll just look at what subscription you're on. Try doing a refresh to see if that clears your charts out. Every now and then that'll happen to me too. It's not very common, but I got a starter here of VVPR. Do you see how it's starting to curl up? Let's watch over 715. Added on VVPR there at 714 and looking for a squeeze up to 725, 730. So there's 719 on the offer. Holding 337 shares. I only took 1,500. I had mentioned this one a little while ago because I thought maybe, maybe this would work for a curl. So I would watch over 720 to see if we can keep going. TCBP. Go check this one. Starter on TCBP here at 82. This one has acquisition news. There we go. Added at 95 on TCBP and looking for the squeeze through $2 a share. Now, let's see. I'm going to have to stop out of that at 73. New orders at 2. So a green trade on VVPR and then into a red trade on TCBP. VVPR moving a little higher, which is what I wanted to see. Good job on VVPR. So $200 of profit on VVPR with small share size. TCBP hit a high there of 205 and then dipping back down. So I got stopped out on my first trade. It rallied back up. It's up 53%. Starter there at 205. We're holding over 2. Now watching for a squeeze up to 215. So watching 208, 209. Added right there. There's 208. New order 215. It's not holding. Sold for a small profit. VVPR up to 725, 730. Nice job. For those of you guys that got a trade on that. TCBP watching. So we're getting a little bit more momentum on TCBP. We got a high there of 27. Yeah, I did hit the bid when I bailed out on the first trade and I got kind of a bad fill on it. So watching this pullback, we're up right now 69%. This is the front side of the move. Dip for me at 25. Now looking for 35 and 45. Watching over 40. Added at 33. There's 43. Nice. Taking a little profit at 41. New order is at 50. High this candle is 43. Added back. Now looking for a squeeze up to 65.70. New order at 65. So we're up 95% here. Sold the rest for now, watching it dip. Added at 50, buying the dip. Now looking for the retest of 65. First dip's getting bought up. There's 57, looking for 58. There's 62, nice. So you could take the profit there. Nice little dip trade. High is 65. So all green candles so far. $10,000 share seller coming in. So how much is it going to pull back here? Is this just going to be a micro pullback? The low was 44 of the last dip. And our high is 64. Nice. Nice strength. So popped up there to a high of 70. But dipping back down and a little bit of a bottoming tail. So far, we have a pretty clean chart. 2, 4, 6, 7 green candles in a row. First candle going red here. So this candle is going to close red. If the next candle makes a new low, then we might get a pullback down towards volume weighted average price or the VWAP. This is where we'll want to watch to see whether it can hold these levels roughly or if it just fades. So I got a starter there at 38, but just with small size, just to kind of break the ice and see if this is going to do a bottoming tail. Feels a little weak. I sold at 44 for a 6-cent profit. So the low down here is 35. Let's see if it's going to break that level or hold that level. So high the last 1 minute candle here is 57. That is a nice bounce. Look at that. Wow. Okay. All right. So I underestimated this one a little bit. Our new high is 76. But let's see. This candle still has 30 seconds left on it. The 1 minute. Look at that. And all the way back down. So now that's a false breakout 1 minute candle, right? Nice, Allison. Good job. VVPR making a new high. Up to 735. Yeah, TVGN. I'll take a starter TVGN here at $5 for the break of VWAP and a retest of 515. There's 504. Can we get 515? It's 510. So leaving my new order at 515. Booked a little bit of profit on the break of 5. Now watching to see if it could break over 510. Watching the dip down here off of 5. So if we could break 516, then that would be nice for a possible retest of 550, but we'll see if it can happen. Yeah, so I don't know. 2, 4, 5 green candles in a row. This is a pullback candle. We'll see if it can hold 5. Seller at 509, another seller at 510. We'll watch to see if those sellers can get bought up. So this is a 1-minute pullback. 7.7 million shares of volume. Hey, good morning. So watching TVGN to see if it can break through 510. Then I'd look for a move up to 520, 525. So I would want to see it break 510 and go like straight to 518, 522. I don't know if it will, but that's what I would want to see. And then immediately I'd be in the driver's seat and I'd be like, okay, I can add for the move up to 550. TCBP is below VWAP right now, so I'm leaving that one alone. dip on TVGN there at 504. I'm going to look to add at 510. So I'm going to put an order for 1,000 shares at 510. So I got a starter. We're in a tight little area of consolidation here. Watching 508, 509. I'm going to go flat. Just take the loss. So 2-cent loss, 3-cent loss. What was the headline on EFTR? Yeah, it's showing $10. So we've got about 3 minutes to the top of the hour, 4 minutes till 9 a.m. Nice, Kyle. Yeah, EFTR down 75% there. That's brutal. So 75% is a pretty substantial drop. Low right now, 360. So your low is 362. So you've got a little pivot around the low down here, the low being 357. Yeah, there's news on it. So bounce potential over 450. Right now looks like it's bear flagging for the next leg down. So EFTR floats 2.79 million shares. TVGN leading gapper up 88%. TCBP got a starter on TVGN here to see if it wants to squeeze through 515. It's up 92%. Sort of seems like the most obvious stock today. So watching the break of 510. All right. So it's 9 a.m. I'm going to call it as a break-even day. If it was going to happen for me, it would have already happened. So I'm up $96. I think the most I was ever up was 400. I went red 700, rallied back, never got a chance to increase share size to full size, never built a cushion. Today was just a really slow day. So I'm just gonna sit tight. So I checked the float. What I usually do is I'll type in the stock. I'll look at the quarterly 10Q, and then I'll do Control F and look for shares, the word shares, and then usually it's right. So 15 million shares as of November 23rd, but they did a reverse split. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they. No, my mistake. I thought there was a reverse split. I'm thinking of a. Maybe I'm thinking of. Which one am I thinking of? Maybe it was TCBP. Well, TVGN is not easy to borrow, but um, it's also not particularly expensive to borrow. So it's also on short sale restriction, so people can only short on the offer. But there's 27, there's 28. So I'm going to put a new order on this at 35. If we can start to pull away, then we're looking for that move up to 550. Right? See, then you get that flush. TVGN, probably about $160 in commissions. Maybe 200. No, I finished the AI trading episode just with those 2 days. It's just, I mean, I thought it'd be kind of fun, but anyways, yeah, not a long term thing. Well, we've got about 5 minutes to the opening bell, and it's a slow day. We just don't have anything really to work with. TVGN, I tried it. I tried a bunch of times. I think I was green on it like $200, $300 at one point, but then went from green to red. And, made some money on TCBP, but was red on my first trade on that as well. So I had to first recoup that loss and then get myself to green on it. Small winner on VVPR, but I never got a chance to increase share size today because I didn't hit that first $1,000 cushion. So I've kept share size small all morning, which is, why I'm only up $131 instead of maybe more. But it's also why I'm not red, 3 or 4,000, which probably could have happened if I was trading TVGN with bigger size. So right now I feel like, I've kind of followed the rules of scaling today, starting with small size, waiting till I first hit $1,000 of cushion, and I just haven't gotten there. Now, the problem I face at this point is that my window is closing. We're coming into the open. It has been choppy at the open this week. So, is it possible we could get a move at the open? Sure. But our leading gapper, TVGN, is not holding up well. TCBB, second leading gapper, that's not holding up well. So at the moment, I don't really have anything that's working or that looks good for me. So TCBP up at 250, the half dollar. And the way it's trading now, you can see it's fairly thickly traded. There's some big sellers, but just popped up there to the double top of about 76. That was a nice break of the half dollar. So double top 76, high right now 73. Nice, look at that. $15 million shares of volume. That's one of the cleanest breaks of a half dollar we've seen in a while. $92 halt level. So now pulling back. High was 92. Halt levels moved up to 3. Now it's easing off a little bit. About a double top at 92. Low of this pullback, 74. 65 now. Remember, at the open, we see at times a lot of volatility. We can see some big whips. So current low there, 62. I was talking. So TCBP. Added there at 85 for the breakthrough 90. So looking for 95, 96. There's 87. High of this candle here is 88. So watching over 90. Dip at 72 here. Looking for the retest of 85. So 79 on the offer, there's 81, there's 82. Back up to 90, nice. Seller at 90. So it kind of keeps pulling back. So we have ascending support here, but at a certain point, when the chart's gone sideways this long, we start to get the risk of a pop and drop. MACD is starting to kind of curl against the trade. There's just a lot of sellers on it. Not sure if it's gonna happen. So you keep getting that topping tail candle. So right now we're right at ascending support. Is it going to break? Let's see what happens. Low is 70. So there's 88, there's 89. A lot of sellers. We would have to break over 3 and hold. So watching right here, dip at 93. Looking for the break at 3. Added at 310, now looking for 315, 325. Nice. Nice. Taking some profit. High 327. So now let's see if it can hold this level. I've never liked the ladder on the level 2. I find it hard to read. So watching to see if it can hold over 3. So my order's at 334, just a little higher up. I'm going to let this pull back. I want to see if it can hold 3. So we're kind of in the chop right now. Yeah, I agree. The MACD is open. That supports the pullback, but the level 2 has been indicating just a lot of selling, a lot of sellers. I don't usually like the lower price stocks either. I feel the same way. So a little flush there, all the way back down to 3. Just kind of not paying attention. So missed being able to punch that for a dip trade. VSTE on the scans. I'll just take a peek at it. This one we traded on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Starting to go green here. Later on volume. 750 up to 850. This is the one that went up to 12 in one day. So nice job for those that bought the dip on TCBP, but I'm finding that, in my opinion, it's just a little too choppy. About 10 to 12% typically is my commission. It varies. CZOO, interesting sort of rally, sell off, and now back up. Now CZOO is extended here. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 green candles in a row. My level 2, sure. So I'm just sitting tight right now. Yeah, I'm using Dash Trader for my small account challenge, and I'm fine with it. So one of the challenges as you get later in the morning is trying to figure out what's obvious, if anything. This morning we had our gappers, and those ones were, didn't get any home runs on any of that. And now you've got some other stocks hitting the scans, but are any of these really obvious? These have news? Do they have a reason to go higher? Are they just, popping up because someone's covering a short or buying a position, but it's not really, significant? So, we kind of get into the period of the day where you got to be kind of careful jumping on anything that's moving because a lot of these, like what we saw in CZOO, they can reverse quickly, especially when it's on light volume. So, I don't know. I was hoping to have, a better day today than where I'm at, but I can't. There's nothing I can do if the market is slow. But I can control how much I'm going to trade when it's slow, and I can prevent how much I'm willing to risk. Something like ABTX. This had that big move on. It was Friday last week. But, it's very light volume here. All right. Well, we're coming up to 10 a.m. I think the window is closed for me. I already feel like I overstayed my welcome a little bit. The reason I chose DAS was because it's a little cheaper. So I just asked them what's the cheapest platform, and they said DAS. So I was like, all right, I'll use that. Anyways, you guys might see some more opportunities as the day goes on TCBP, but I just, I know that my statistics are that I do the best between 7 and 10. When I start pushing to 11, I only really do that on a day when I'm already with my cushion, I'm in really good shape, and, anyways, I don't have that today. So I think I'm just going to call it a day. It's a small green day. So up $639.99 on the day. Red on TVGN, green on the other two. So, a little bit more than I had at the beginning of the morning. And just trying to maintain that consistency. So I never sized up today. Capped at 5,000 shares. Lost 250 on the first trade. Made like 400 on the second. So got myself up, $150, $200 on the day. And then lost 500 on the third, was back to down 250, 350, lost a little bit more, was down 500, then I was down 700, and then I was back to up 100, and then I was up 400, and then I was up only $96, and then I was up 130, 160, and then I had that final trade on the breakthrough 3 on whatever it was, TCBP, that gave me about $500. So anyways, yeah, kind of a slow day, but that's just the way it is sometimes. So I'm okay with that. I'm just going to try to be grateful, be consistent, and live to trade another day. So I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow, and hopefully we have some better action tomorrow. Today's a little bit of a rest day, and the best thing you can do on a day when it's cold is avoid digging yourself a hole, right? Like then that's why as the window closes, I'm running out of time to recoup losses if I make a mistake. So I'm just going to shut it down. That's the conservative, safe thing to do. And I think that's the right move in this market. Okay, so I'll see you guys back at it first thing tomorrow morning.